Hey everyone, it's Saturday, March 26th, and the time right now is 3:35 p.m. And this here is Queen Street West in the Parkdale neighborhood. And as you can tell, this segment of Queen Street is closed, and that's a look to the east towards downtown. And to the north here is Roncesvalles Avenue. On the other side of the intersection, Queen Street becomes the Queensway. And to the south of here is King Street. And I think for this one, I'll walk east along King Street through Parkdale. And that's a look to the north. Queen Street is typically the better known main stretch of Parkdale, but I thought let's go check out the King Street side. It's been a while since I've walked this way.
She'll be just fine. She'll find
And I'm thinking I'll upload this video as a 30-day exclusive for channel members. So for those that have silver tier or higher status through Patreon or YouTube channel membership, they'll be able to watch this video 30 days before everyone else. But of course, as you're watching this, you probably already know that. And this looks to be a Polish memorial. Roncesvalles Village, which is just to the north of here, is sort of where the Polish community in Toronto is centered. And those buses will be heading all the way over to Broadview Station. But let's get a look at the Gardiner Expressway just to the south of here. So there's the rail tracks and the Palais Royal off in the distance. And just beyond that would be Lake Ontario. I'd like to thank everyone who is a channel member or Patreon member for their support. It's definitely much appreciated. I'm going to attempt to make 2 or 3 of these exclusives every month. I've only been doing one up until now, but this will be the second one this month. There's temporary boarding for the 501. That would be the bus that's running in place of the King Street car. So this stretch of Parkdale will start at that intersection of Roncesvalles, the Queensway, Queen Street and King. And it'll take us over to Dufferin Street, and that's where Parkdale, which is also known as Little Tibet in that area, will come to an end. That's a look towards the Boulevard Club. And there's some rather interesting homes along this part of King Street. It is a rather overcast day. There are supposed to be some thunderstorms later tonight. And there's a chance of light rain this afternoon, but I've seemed to have pretty good luck avoiding it. I'm debating which side of the street I should be on right now. For me personally, this is the much nicer side. And I think there's a bit more interesting stuff to see on the north side of King. Oh well, at some point I'll cross over there. And as you can see, Lakeshore Boulevard is open to cars. They were closing the eastbound lanes pretty much every weekend for the active TO program. But I think they've only done it once so far this year for this stretch of Lakeshore, which is rather unfortunate. There's some rather interesting advertisements just below here, although I think this one here is for the city of Toronto. And they're quite prominent if you're driving into the city and you look out your window to the north, or if you're taking a GO train, but we can't really see them. I remember I always look at them as a kid when I passed through. And there is the Mimico skyline off in the distance. All those towers are around Humber Bay Park. Okay, let's cross over to the other side of the street here. So I'm not sure when exactly the streetcars will return to King. But when I get to Dufferin, I'll probably hop on one of them and take that east into downtown. I'll be heading over to the east end to grab a meal on a patio, weather permitting, right after this. Oh, here comes an ambulance. Practice my panning skills, trying to keep the ambulance in the shot. I think this is my second members video through Parkdale. I did another one that went along Queen Street, but that was a night video. That was also in the winter time. That building Shoreview there reminds me a lot of the Broadview mansions. Oh, this guy didn't know where he was going. There's definitely a lot of nice residential streets between here and Queen, and a lot of them continue north of Queen up into Roncy. support neighbors in tents. There's quite a bit of controversy over that lately. The city recently cleared out an encampment at Trinity Bellwoods Park. I think a lot of the locals are rather divided as to if that was a good thing or not. I'll refrain from putting my 2 cents into that argument, but I certainly feel everyone's entitled to have a place to live and a place to stay. I also think parks are for everybody, and we shouldn't have to deal with needles or being harassed. So somewhere out there, there's a solution, but we obviously haven't found it yet. Apparently Trinity Bellwoods was covered in needles and human feces everywhere, or at least that's the argument that I heard. I've witnessed some of that myself passing through there, but not a whole lot of it. There's the CN Tower off in the distance. Or just the top of it. What is that? I see a sign on this house I've never noticed before. Karma Sonam Dargai. If I were to hazard a guess, I would say that's Tibetan of some sort, as this area has a very large Tibetan population, or Tibetan Canadian. There's a lot of great Tibetan Momo places up on Queen. King is definitely lighter on the retail side, although there's a discount supermarket with a Dollarama in the basement. So a lot of savings to be had in there. Here's Jameson Avenue, and you can take this down to the Gardner Expressway. This is always an interesting walk. And a lot of the apartment buildings on Jameson don't have a particularly good reputation. If you're thinking of moving into the area, definitely do your homework, as I think getting good building management will go a long ways towards having a good experience. Park and a school. I'd be lying if I could tell you the name of that school, or if I said I knew it. And here's Close Avenue. And that is the Holy Family Catholic Church. There's a school right behind it, possibly of the same name. A lot of times when I'm not super familiar with the street, I'll just give it a look over on my way over to record the walk. Just try to get the names of things like schools down. Try to find out any historical buildings and stuff like that, but sometimes I like to keep it, or keep myself in the dark. I've been through here a number of times. But I think I've only walked along this part of King just once or twice in videos before. Only one of those would have been narrated. And here is Dunn Avenue. There is Parkdale United Church. And I think it was Dunn Avenue where you can take the pedestrian bridge and cross over the rail tracks and the highway. That name rings a bell. I recorded a video where I walked over that either earlier this year or at the end of last year. It's all ringing a bell. One thing I haven't disclosed is I'm absolutely starving. That might be wreaking havoc with my memory. And this place here used to be a bar. I don't know if it still is. But it seems to be alive and kicking. I remember going there a few times. And Bachukoy, Filipino food takeout, right next to a Domino's, covering all the bases. So coming up is the end of Parkdale, Little Tibet. That's at Dufferin, and just beyond that is the Liberty Village neighborhood. There's the CN Tower off in the distance in the financial district straight ahead. King Street runs right through the heart of the financial district. There's the 501 Queen bus. They are circumventing Queen Street due to all that work That's why it was all closed off at the start of this video. I think it might be neat to do a walk along Queen with everything closed. Or at least the part of it is closed to streetcars and vehicles. And to be honest with you, when I saw that, I wasn't really sure what to expect. And I was thinking maybe this video should be along Queen. But I don't really have any background information on it other than some basic facts, so I'll go back and cover that once I've had a good 10 minutes or so to look up what's happening. It's really more in the mood to just get out here and record this part. And where a condo is going up used to be a rather beloved McDonald's. But fortunately, there's a Popeyes here and a Burger King on the other side, or on the other side of Dufferin up here. And that's a 504 bus. But that'll be turning to the Dufferin loop. Or will it? Let's see if it's going to go straight here or if it's going to turn off. Sorry. I'm thinking maybe that's the bus I want. I'll continue east over to the next bus stop, I guess. So there'll be a little bonus footage on the members video. Although I'm also starving, so I'm gonna scratch it. I'm gonna go get a small sandwich or something. Sorry for that little tease there. But on that note, thank you for watching this members video. Thank you for your support. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. I'm gonna go get a quick bite to eat before dinner, so I will catch you in the next one.